Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. For this video, we'll be going through the review component of the Kimetsu model Tanjiro Kamado. And Tanjiro is, I dare say, one of the main protagonists from Demon Slayer. And this particular kit was released by Bandai back in 2020. So some time has elapsed since I did the initial unboxing video, which, by the way, I'll have a card to, or I'll probably have a card to the video or a card to the playlist, either, but there'll definitely be a link back to the original unboxing. And I thought I'd finally get around to this because with the recent unboxings of 2 Demon Slayer model kits, I thought I've already got them finished. I should probably do a review for him, and secondly, doing the review for him now helps with kit number 2, which I think is just this kit plus something a little extra. So without spending too much time dilly-dabbling, so here we have the completed model of Tanjiro, and I will say he was definitely very fun to build. Now, it is a fixed pose kit, so in terms of articulation, there is none. But they did put him in a very dynamic pose, so it does offset the lack of articulation. And I think for this, the pose that Tanjiro is in works very well, so I'm not too worried that there's no articulation. In a way, it's actually nice that you just put the kit together and that's it. So I guess before we get into too much detail, so here's Tanjiro from what I will call the front, a bit of the side, just move my hand out of the way, the back, and yes, that's all stickers. Here's other side, and then I guess a bit of another from the frontish type direction. So yes, I'll definitely say from a final product, it looks really, really good. And yes, I have used the included stickers, so there are a few all over the place. His cloak is pre-painted, so I actually didn't do any of that. That came like that, and I did do some panel lining throughout, probably more noticeable on the white areas, such as his leg wraps, the bottom of his sandals, and yes, those little red dots are stickers as well, which you could probably do as some paint instead. But yes, pretty much everything that was included has been used. So final product, from a build perspective, it's typical Bandai, fairly easy and straightforward to build, no real challenges about, which was really good. What else can I say? So I guess from a review, so as I said, there's no articulation, so don't worry too much about that. I've had a look at Tanjiro from a few different angles. I guess since I have him on the video, we can probably do a nice little close-up of his face. So the detailing on his face is really good. A lot of that is part of the pre-colored and pre-painted injection plastic. Very little extra work was done by me, with the exception probably just maybe adding some shading into his mouth. But yeah, his facial expression is very good. His sword, the hilt is definitely a sticker there, so that's not painted. Looking at his cloak, which looks really, really good. Some of the detailing inside on the back of his outfit. He does have a belt on. Some of that is sticker, some of that is panel lining. And some of the detailing on his leg wraps, his feet and sandals. And the red is unfortunately a sticker as well. Yes. So if I was to list off some positive thoughts about the product, so for Tanjiro, the colours look really good, as does the detailing that was done before I even did anything. He does come out quite nicely and vibrant, especially with the black and the green to help him stand out. The pose that he has been predetermined in does work quite well. It is quite eye-catching, and obviously just the way that they've done the sword is eye direction and everything. In general body posture just really adds to that very dynamic fixed pose. So that's definitely a positive about the kit. The build is fairly easy and straightforward, so that wasn't a problem. Didn't take too long, and the number of pieces really aren't that bad, which is good. I mean, that's usual Bandai. What else can I think of that worked out really well? I already talked about the colours and the pre-painted bits. So I guess that will probably be my general list of positive thoughts. As for the components where it's a little bit weaker, having to use some stickers, it isn't terrible, but it's unfortunate that they're needed. His earrings is probably a good example of having to use stickers, the hilt of the blade. Some of those ones, they're not terrible and they actually work out fairly okay with some actual time and patience. His collar is also another sticker, funnily enough. Now, because I've built plenty of model kits from Bandai, I'm used to a little bit of time and care for the sticker, so it's not necessarily 100% perfect in its application, but compared to how I was doing stickers like a decade ago, if not 2 decades ago, it's a lot better. So yes, reliance on stickers, it's not unexpected, it's not terrible, it's not the end of the world, it's not the end of the kit, but for those who are, I dare say, uninitiated, it could be a challenge, so that's something to bear in mind. The fact that it has no articulation is both a good thing and a bad thing. It is unfortunate that you can't pose this model like other Bandai kits. But at the same time, I think when it comes to Demon Slayer, it's also a bit of a strength. I don't think people necessarily want to sit there and pose their kits. So I think, in a way, it's good that the posing has been taken care of. So it's both a good thing and a bad thing, depending how you feel about it. So that's one thing. I don't think there's too much color inaccuracy. I mean, that's just really just a continuation of the point of using stickers, but that's not too bad. I don't think there's actually a lot of weaknesses, to be honest, with the exception of some of the stickers. The kit overall is fairly good and sturdy. I mean, he will definitely stand on his own. He does blend in at the moment, but that's okay. I will have some pictures of the completed kit on my Instagram. I might even put some into the community tab, and there will be a short 360 video as well, both on Instagram and YouTube, partly because YouTube is a bit more restrictive when it comes to adding in additional audio. Instagram, not so much. So yes, keep an eye out for that, just to get a better look of the product compared to me holding it. So now that I've built Tanjiro, reflecting on both positives and some of the weaknesses of the product, As someone who hasn't seen Demon Slayer, I don't have a affinity for him yet, but as a model kit, I'd say he's actually quite good and sturdy. The line does look promising, so from those who are somewhat unknown to Demon Slayer, it's definitely not a bad kit. The price point isn't too bad either, so I'd definitely say it has a good cost value associated with it. If you're a Demon Slayer fan or a Tanjiro fan and you don't mind model kits, or you know someone who can build it for you, I would probably say it's probably a very nice addition to your shelf. It does really stand out quite well, and I do look forward to building the other two that I have to complement a Demon Slayer shelf somewhere. Probably off-site, but it is a fun kit to build, so I would definitely recommend it. In fact, I look forward to seeing if I can do the same build again for the second version of Tanjiro, just with his different sword effect, to see how that pans out, or if I'm going to have some accidents along the way. We'll see how it goes. That'll be sometime down in the future, but I thought I would get this out of the way. And I think that will probably conclude the general review component for Tanjiro. Having no articulation does help in that regard compared to other things that I've been doing reviews for. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I will have a link to his original unboxing, and I also just realized, in terms of his original unboxing and the product itself, he was picked up from HobbyLink Japan, as were the other two Demon Slayer kits that I currently own. So there will be a link back to the original Tanjiro kit, so this particular kit, and depending how I can group it, it'll either be an extra product link to the other two kits, or failing that I might just link them off individually as well. So yeah, feel free to have a look at those if you want a bit more information about the kits. There will also be a card similar to the general Demon Slayer playlist. In fact, it'll probably be at the very end of this video, if you're still watching. Thank you very much for watching this review video of the Tanjiro Kamado Kimetsu model. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in a future video. See ya.